And I am sure your dad is looking down.
You know,
that's that whole angle too.
You know, there's three Redskins that passed this year: Philly Perino, Ray Roberts, and my dad, Paul Suskin Sr. All former Redskins.
Boy.
So all raced with Harry. And they're looking down very proud today.
It's a great day for you Redskins and to be a Redskin fan.
Yeah.
Good day for racing. Great tournament.
Great tournament.
Great host.
Thrilling end. Everything that you wanted. You know, I think if from the storyboard, it wasn't how we were thinking it was going to go in the beginning.
No.
You know.
Especially the day started out so miserable with the rain.
Day.
But it was greatly entertaining for anybody that was here or hopefully watched us and you enjoyed it.
An 11-hour drill.
The crowd stuck around and they were treated to a great finish.
No doubt.
And some amazing stuff that, frankly, it's a Disney movie right there.
Yeah.
When you wish upon a star, you get something like this. What a great day.
Oh, yeah. Al Olson's granddaughter winning almost $8,000. She needs a car. I mean, so there's the money for the car.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Just everything worked out well.
Fantastic day up here in the races. We're going to take it down below to Paulie?
I'm not sure if we're going there yet.
Oh, good.
What?
You want this one? Oh, all right. Oh, good. So we do it all through us?
Thank you. Again, guys like, Mole, who just missed that 92 state championship, now gets one finally.
I mean,
heartbreaking a couple of years ago for him and Al Pugh.
Yep.
Both heartbroken, longtime Redskins, and, now they get to have a piece of that, have a state championship.
And Mole been a long-time racer. His dad was a long-time racer.
Yeah.
He helped keep the juniors going over there in Bayshore.
Yeah.
I remember his dad, and his mom, of course, too, is here.
Yeah.
So
Pepsi.
Yep. But I remember Bill.
But the juniors trophy named after Billy Butler. That their juniors cup is named after Billy.
So just a lot of synchronicity, like I said. It's just everything falling into place, and sometimes that stuff happens.
Yeah. A lot of second, third generation guys racing over there.
Well, thanks a lot for letting me have a good party. I'm going to get down here.
All right.
You guys celebrate your victory.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
Can you guys hear me?
Good job today.
Yep, it was a lot of fun, Billy.
All you racing people out there.
You getting ready to be party champ again, or what?
I have to go get ready, yes. I get prepared for my event now.
Yeah.
But stay classy, everybody. It was a lot of fun today. So congratulations to the Redskins, the Flying Dutchman.
Yep.
And your
Port Washington
Roadrunners, the Knockers, and the Wolves as well. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll leave it to you guys here to wrap it up with the victory party.
We'll catch you later.
Thank you.
Okay.
Billy.
Go.
Turn that off.
Just a couple of shout-outs, too. Rob Noonan, obviously, Freddie Bensavanga, Chris Murphy, Artie Suskin, Paul Suskin, Lenny Gombert, Skippy Lyman. Congratulations, man. Awesome stuff. Billy Cornell, great job today by everybody. Great job by the host. Thank you to Deerfield. Thank you to the local committee, the officials, everybody who goes out of their way to make this event happen for this great sport, this great fraternity, this great brotherhood. I'm going to sign off. We're going to get Chris on here, and everyone have a great night.
All right. So it really happened. Really all fell into place. Yeah, I'll work with you, Chris, for a little bit. Yep. Yeah, well, again, it was an incredible night, or day and night, and there's going to be an award ceremony. Paul's been doing that all day with the trophies, and I think they're going to try and get Bayshore down here relatively quick.
Yeah, we just spoke to Bayshore. We're going to try to get him on the track as soon as we can. When we won this thing in 2010, it was one of the first times we were doing the radio broadcast.
Right.
And some of my best memories were recorded on the broadcast, and I can still go back and kind of get that nostalgia and that flashback.
So what, in interviews afterwards, you mean?
Yeah, we just had a chance. It was almost like a snapshot, in audio form, and now we got a chance to do even better
in video.
Now this is a group of guys who've lived, breathed, and died this sport for a very long time in the Bayshore Redskins. A lot of them coming off the junior program, And so I thought that maybe we could keep the broadcast going for a little bit longer.
I'm down with that.
Just to pay it forward to those guys.
Like I said, you got a couple of St. Jamesians in there too, or transplanted St. Jamesians, and then a couple of coaches down there: Phil Coward, Billy Etzel Sr.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna send it down to Paul right now. Paul, who do you have?
Paul, we're down with you.
All right, so we're down here. I'm down here with Jimmy Leggio. Jimmy's a third-generation racer. He's actually just on the phone with his grandfather, Alfie Welton. Everybody knows Alfie, especially if you're a Bayshore or somewhere around Bayshore. Longtime member of the Redskins. Father Guy, state champion in 1992. Jimmy was in my class in 5th grade as a little kid. And then now he's a big part of keeping this sport going. He's trying to get the youth involved. I know he hangs out with the juniors and helps them a lot. I'm sure you can't put it into words, but what does this mean to you, Jimmy? I know what it means, but I want to hear from you.
It means the world. There's nothing more I can ask for. I mean, the amount of adversity and problems that we've had this year, just to even be running today is a miracle. And for everything to go right is just unbelievable.
Great example of Jimmy as a 10-year-old sitting in my class on the computer in the back of the room. He would be pulling up racing videos, and he'd be watching racing videos. So talk about a guy that's dedicated to this sport. Nobody out there at this point, in my eyes, deserves it as much as you and a couple other guys on that team, but everybody deserves it. But you've really put a lot into it your entire life, and I know how much it means to you, and I'm happy and I'm proud of you, Jimmy. Nice job, bro.
Thank you so much, Paulie.
All right, back to you guys.
Okay, so we're going to try and keep this going a little while, and a lot of love right there. I mean, for those that don't know, Paul is a school teacher, and as he said, he had Jimmy in his class as a young man and knew Jimmy's love of racing, and I guess let him play on the computer and watch racing videos, and all that studying paid off. So,
Lenny, I tell you what, I am stunned by how. I mean, we've spent about 5 years now telling a bunch of really good stories. We told the West Hempstead Westerners story where these guys came out of nowhere to win the 2012 state tournament.
Rosalind almost getting it actually that day.
That's right, and Rosalind coming
right
in
there.
second place, and
Yep.
That's the PA. It's mine. And then after that, 2013, we saw Central Islip get back on the horse, go into Hempstead, and they were able to win the state championship. 2014, we came to Deerfield, and Central Islip was able to do 31 points. And then 2015 is obviously that mess of a drill in Ridge, which saw a lot like today, 8 teams come into buckets with a chance to win the drill.
First big heartbreaker for Bayshore was halfway there through the bucket run, running near the end of the pack.
Running without a doubt, Bayshore with a shot to win the tournament, 7
hands.
buckets.
Yep.
And it slipped out of the hands, like you said. Yep. And we watched those guys gracious in how they responded to that loss. Sportsmen, professionals.
And they didn't give up. They stuck with it. They kept practicing. They kept themselves together as a team. And, you know, when we started, again, when St. James and a couple of the guys went over there, and I don't go to as many practices as Phil and Billy, but to see the youth on their team, or the guys in their 20s, they were at the right age. Some of them did come off to juniors. They had good coaching. They had good equipment. So I could just see it that these guys have a real chance.
Yeah.
And finally, this year in 2018, they reached the top of the mountain.
Hey, how about a little shout out to Merck? So we do the Fab 14, right? So this time around, you know, Chris, we were doing the Fab 14 for the state.
Yeah. Long time we've been doing it.
And it's got out a little bit. So I involve about 8 guys, but now guys, whether I'm doing the Fab that week or not, are just sending me their 14. So I said, you know what? We'll take a lot more guys. We got up to about 12 to 14 guys, and the last one in, I'm sure he's sitting at the Westbury Firehouse, drunk off his ass, and he's hanging out with Billy Cornell, who I've been now involved, probably a mistake of mine.
Yes.
But I've invited him into the Fab, family. So he put up a thing, and he's probably bragging that he gets to be part of the Fab. So Merck, it's got to be midnight, starts texting me his Fab, like 2 days, right the day before I was going to send it over to you. And he puts Bayshore at 4. And everybody else has Bayshore at 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we had a little laugh. We would text him back and forth late night, and everybody had a couple beers at that point, so it was pretty funny. So he just sent me a text just now. He goes, 4 was too high, huh? So maybe Merck's the one guy under the influence, of course, at the time that got it right.
Now, and if you were wondering, the Bayshore Redskins finished number 7 in the final Fab 14 right before the state drill this year.
But they would have been 12 if it wasn't for Merck.
Yeah, well,
he brought the average weight up.
Absolutely, it's an average, but yeah, you're right. They would have been in pretty low. Central Islip came into last year's drill at 6. This is 2 years in a row now where
We should disband the Fab.
It's
Obviously, they don't know what the hell's going on.
useless. Yeah, sure, without a doubt.
100%.
It's 100% useless. So, but to finish my thought from before, so 2016 came into Motor Pump with 6 teams that could have won that drill as well. It was another really tight, close drill, and West Sayville came away with it right at the very end. Last year, Central Islip only 4 points going into the last 3. But
we've been very well entertained. We really have.
I understand. You're gonna go? It should work. Yeah,
it should work. I was over there before.
Yeah.
Paul.
And Paul, tell them to let's go. Let's get out on the track. Let's start this celebration because.
Oh, they started the celebration, Chris.
Oh yeah, no.
It's not all about you, you know.
Well, a couple of them came over and they were already smelling like they'd started.
I'll remind you how long it take you to get out there.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
100%.
But
I'm gonna make my way over there.
But and there's nothing like a first-time state champ. I think that's why I'm looking forward to getting this celebration together here because.
Second-time champion, but anyway.
Well, I wasn't talking about you.
Most of the guys on that team, it's their first.
Hey, listen, I'm not a champion this time. All the credit goes to these boys.
I'm speaking specifically to the players, to this group of guys here. Again, like you mentioned, a handful of them coming from the West Sayville side of things. Excuse me, the St. James side of things.
And that was, like I said, really exciting when it. I mean, obviously it stunk on our end that what happened to us, but to see these young kids that were 3rd and 4th generation racers and wanted to keep doing it.
Can you guys still get me?
Where would they be? Yeah, we got you. Where would they be? Accepted. And we always had a good relationship with Bayshore.
Yeah,
they were asked to come on over, as I started to say before. All those other guys on the team were about the right age. They had the experience, the equipment. Again, I think some extra coaching.
And honestly,
from Phil Coward and Billy Etzel really helped as well.
You know what's really great about this and Bayshore winning right here is the fact that so many people come to the Deerfield drill because we have such a great relationship with Deerfield. So there's a large contingent of, Bayshore Fire Department people that are here, which makes it even that much more special.
Yeah, I can't. I'm having a hard time even wrapping my head around how, and that's kind of the point I was trying to get to about how many stories that we've told over the past few years, and they all seemed almost unbelievable, and now we get to today, which is the most unbelievable story I think I've ever seen in racing history, in drill team history. To start yesterday, we all get together, 500, 600.
Guys, I got a little interview down here.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm with Frank Sonnenberg, formerly New Hyde Park Termites, here with the Bayshore Redskins. Came close with Termites, but he wins one with the Bayshore Redskins. And a big part of him, he was a big player today. You could talk about your target hit in efficiency, which was lights out of the box. But I'm telling you what to me was more impressive. You had a bucket in the barrel. Tell me how you got rid of it.
When I first started dumping, one of the first things that Star from New Hyde Park ever taught me was you're going to have a bucket stuck at some point, and the way to do it is to grab the handle of both at the same time. It went through my head. It was in there. I just scooped it with the other one, and we just kept on going.
And it made a huge difference because as soon as it got in, you got it out very quickly. You guys filled in 12. You fill that in 11, just shut up. We're out of here. Give me the trophy right now. But you're getting a little suspense left in there. But I'm telling you, if you don't make that recovery, and it's really good that you point out Star because sometimes I'm out east, I see Star, and I love talking to him. So a big shout out to him. Hey, congratulations. What's it feel like to win this state drill after all those years, New Hyde Park, and being, you were part of what they went through?
Unbelievable. I thank all of them, everybody that I've raced with in the past. It's unbelievable. These guys on Bayshore have worked their asses off. I'm just so happy for all of them, too.
All right, cool. Guys, we're going to go back up to you.
Well, Paul, just quick. Tell him that the reason. Well, never mind. You lost him.
He walked away.
Well, just tell him one of his biggest fans, the Nose, says he should have been the dumper all along as soon as he got to Bayshore. So. All right, he's
says a lot of things like that, but he's probably right about that one. Just for you, Chris Murphy, they're about to leave and actually go somewhere.
All right.
Of course, they're going to shake hands a billion times with everybody. The Lindenhurst Snails are going to be represented as they're going to take the C-Truck down as well. I'm telling you, you might have done it when you guys scored all those points and when you scored the 31. This is the most hardware I've ever seen one group ever score. I will say that. This is insane amount. And by the way, they only scored 19 points and they got all the hardware.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and that's also a credit to you. You do a great job putting that list together and making sure that we get each one of these trophies back every year. But that we didn't even talk about that part of the story. We got 2 points here in C-Hose.
You guys still got me? I think
we got you, man.
Dude, Harry Penny is still here. I don't know what the fuck time it was. Cursing again. Harry Penny's still here, sitting in front of the beach truck. I'm not going to interview him because he'd probably start cursing. I'm like, I just did. But congratulations to Harry. I'm telling you, you were the guy today, Harry. It was all about you. You were looking over. When North Lindy or whoever went to 2193, we all said, "Oh my God, Harry's got a huge impact on this." So we'll maybe get a little word in with him when they're out on the track.
Yeah, we'll try to do that when we get here, so we can get him on
and
camera.
this guy, I'm gonna just let him shout. He could probably just yell and scream. I'll try not to have him curse. There's probably nobody on this team right now that deserves the state champion more than this guy. I am so freaking happy for you right now.
Oh,
you're the guy I'm happiest
gotta
for.
be Mole.
Just yell and scream. There you go. All right, I'm gonna sign off. Give him a hug.
All right, we got to click off.
Had to be
there.
Mole.
I think so. And Mole's one of those guys, again, a lifer, passionate about the sport for a long time, has been trying for years to get out, right?
Oh, yeah, and they keep dragging him back in.
That's what I mean. At the last minute here, probably due to the fact that they had to
switch C-trucks.
They're running, folks, they ran today with a leased C-truck.
That they ran, I think, 3 practices or 2.5 practices.
Yeah. They actually leased the C-truck from Lindenhurst. It was their spare, quote-unquote, C-truck after some damage was caused to the Bayshore Redskins' usual C-truck. They brought Mole back just for a chance.
For his experience.
2 huge points with a truck that was almost undrivable in the way that it was stopping.
They literally ran that truck 3 or 4 times in C-Hose style with guys on the back. Mo was away the week before the state comes back Wednesday. They throw it down the track. And those 2 points are huge.
Well,
it enables them to become state champions alone.
But,
right.
also...
But it also gets you fired up.
Yeah.
If you're scoring with something you didn't think you were going to score with and had no chance
Bayshore
whatsoever.
19, West Sable 17.
Yeah.
So there, we don't even have to talk about how fired up we get. They won C-Hose with someone else's C-truck. They're going to drive it down the street right now. That's incredible.
But every single guy on that team has got their own story. I mean,
that's my point.
Like Kyle.
But isn't it the way that's always the way on every state champion? And we're going to try to tell some of these stories out here right now. Hold on for a second. I got another interview. Yeah, you are. So I'm here with the rapper. That's what he's known as in Bayshore, Ralph Davies. Huge friend of Harry Penny, longtime Bayshore Redskins, one of the guys that I love, and we go way back, Rap. My dad, the whole thing. But how many times did you come close? And you see the look on this guy's face, and he's got as much pride right now for what they're doing out here as what he went through. This guy was one of the guys that built it. What's your feelings inside about watching this?
Once I get my eyes clear from crying, I can't be more proud of a group of people in my life. You know, it's what it's all about. It's about the team and the feeling for the department, and this is all us.
Being a Redskin.
Yeah, being a skin.
And how important is to you to be a Redskin?
It's everything, and it always will be.
You know, so
absolutely, and I'm telling you, that's heartfelt. He's got tears in his eyes. And this guy's a guy who came as close as anybody, second place a whole host of times. And I know how happy he was. He was our coach when we win the junior state championship for the first time. And he knew back then that group of guys was going to go on and win a state championship for his Redskins. And we did that in '92. And, boy, they've carried on the tradition here tonight, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm also again, there's so many guys at this point. You know, I went over for a second to check out the camp, and I congratulated a few guys. The emotions over there were just overflowing.
Yeah, but just you guys are talking about the C-truck and only running it 3 times and Mole coming back to do it. You know, how about Kyle Coyne, who's been driving the B-truck for years, who's been trying to work on the C-truck and had the C-truck going all year.
Yep.
Getting out of the seat, no problem. Mole, take it.
Yeah,
and
without a doubt. And then coming down and driving first place B-Hose right after that.
Oh, yeah, that too.
By the way.
And of course, his
second place Motor Pump, too.
Of course, his brother Matty on the team for years, and his dad on the team, and a coach. And
yeah.
Again, everybody's got a story out there, and we're very happy for him. Really, very, very happy for him.
No, it's a...
I'm very happy for myself because I'm staying in the Bayshore Hotel tonight, so I'm going to be drinking champagne.
Private party. Private party.
Is that right? Oh, okay. All right.
Private party. Invite only, so could get sketchy.
Yeah, you might be right. But and again, there's nothing like a first-time champ. So many of these guys are first-time champs.
But this is the biggest story, and we're going to keep talking about it all night. But it's not the only story. This drill was crazy.
Yeah.
19 points is a squeaker because we didn't think we'd even get the 19 points.
I can't believe we got to 19, to be totally honest.
Port Washington is if you're going to pick a team that's happy, Bayshore Redskins are happy.
Right.
But the Port Washington Roadrunners are second place happy, even though they came in third.
Right.
They are absolutely thrilled. It's been a long time since the Roadrunners came down the track.
Yeah.
And to do it with a bucket shot like that after they had the best bucket time of the year, congrats to them.
Not only that, but the Port Washington Roadrunners scored in 6 contests today. They took 5th place, 5th place, 5th place, 3rd place, 5th place, and 5 in buckets to make 12 all day.
Right, 6 out of 8. That's nice.
But not necessarily their shots each time, obviously, but still not. I mean, talk about the 555, for example, Kyle Lewis. Coming down, puts his foot right through the ladder, is able to recover quickly and pedal up. And you know what that does, like you mentioned, for momentum, takes a load off at least. Hey, we're on the board, take a deep breath, guys.
You never know when that point's going to come back into play. We all say, it comes down to buckets, come down to buckets. Well, you know what? You better get the points in 3-man. You squeeze that 1 point out of B ladder. And sometimes it puts you in top 5. Sometimes it makes you win the drill. For Port Washington, it helped them come in 3rd place. But you're 100% right about that. Not quitting, not giving up. And you look at the size of those trophies. You know, if you turned them backwards, they look like they won the tournament. Those trophies are huge, even if they're 5th place trophies.
And I think we do have to give a shout out to the West Sable Flying Dutchman as well. 2nd place performance here, a dominant season up to this point. I think sometimes we play expectations, but
Agreed.
These guys came into today with the ability to score 40 points out of 40. Didn't necessarily get the performance they wanted up to C-Hose, but were still able to stick with the drill the rest of the way. They didn't get a lot of bounces their way, but never backed off and stayed on the gas pedal the whole way. They showed the experience to stay in the mix even when you don't have it. Like a Jacob deGrom, he doesn't have his best fastball for today, but he keeps up. You know what I mean? And they certainly did that.
They gave up 8 runs
points.
By then.
Well, maybe, yeah. Yeah. No, he don't give up any runs. They don't score any runs for him.
That's
how it works.
But you're 100% right on that. And if you know and you do know them like I know them, this is just a total loss for them. And it's understandable.
Yeah.
You can't be the king of the mountain and then you get knocked down a little bit and still think, oh, it was okay.
Yeah.
They're not going to feel that way. But from an outsider looking in, somebody in the stands, you're 100% right about that.
Again, they will play the expectation games, I'm sure. There is nothing.
We all do for them, don't we?
Yeah, no, you're right. We all expect. And that's why they were number 1 on the top of your Fab 14 as well. They were the ones coming in here that we expected to take this thing. We had a little flirtation with North Lindenhurst as well, who did not have their day also. And I know they're certainly disappointed with their performance today. But you know who? I'll tell you this much. You know who's the first group of guys we saw shaking hands down here with the Bayshore Redskins was the North Lindenhurst Pistons.
Always will be.
And they always will.
Always
I agree
will
100%.
be. I love them 100%. They had the opportunities today. Doors were open in races early that they don't usually score big numbers in. Man, they just didn't get it done, you know?
Yeah.
And that hurt them at the end of the day.
Yeah. And I think there's going to be some things that they lay down at night tonight and think about. They've done that a couple times this year, a couple years in a row.
Dude, I did it every state drill except for one.
Yeah, right.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, this game's way worse than golf when it comes to that. It's all just regrets except for one opportunity. I agree with you 100% on that as well.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
The track is slowly filling up here. We see.
Is that Jerry Barnett I see over there, Paul?
Yeah, Jerry's at it.
Yeah.
Are you guys? Are we keeping this on until they come down? I can throw a couple interviews on. You want to end it?
Yeah, no. We're gonna keep going. We want to see the procession of the guys down the track.
Yeah.
We'll try to watch the celebration for a few minutes before we sign off.
Chris
We've
was
got a lot
saying-
of people watching online right now. We got over 100
great.
people watching.
Yeah,
So
Paul, like Chris was saying, in 2010, first time he was on a winning team, he said having those memories, even though it was only audio, is awesome because they can go back to it. So, I mean, we made it this far, all the equipment set up. Why not?
Why not? It's just Fred keeps giving me dirty looks, but other than that, we'll just keep it going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fred should be
absolutely.
happy for Frank.
He's getting double time at this point.
Yeah, absolutely, and a half. And this is probably one of the most sacred of the drill team competition traditions here is this parade down the street. The top 5 are going to parade down the track.
And they're turning the corner now, it looks like.
It looks like it. And they're going to be welcomed and celebrated here by the other teams who competed as well as the fans, family, friends that are waiting for the winners. And I have a feeling as we watch these guys come down the street that we're going to see a little bit of a shower for these guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, being next to them, some of them need a shower, just so you know.
We might want to grab some of those tarps, Gallagher style, and just kind of throw them up to protect yourselves.
You need a couple watermelons.
Yeah, right.
You know, I mean, Bayshore, I have to say, and I take pride in it, going back to when we started coming here to Deerfield. I believe that Bayshore is a team, and I'm not saying anything about anybody, but we built that. We built a camaraderie when I was part of that team where we were friendly with a lot of teams that weren't just from Suffolk County. We were out there with Nassau County teams. We were out with Western teams. We were out with, as so many other teams are. And when it's always in Deerfield, there just seems to be like a whole group of people that are really here supporting the Redskins, and it makes it that much more special. You know what I'm saying? And when Lenny, we can say now, you addition to St. James, then because St. James with Henrietta, and Henrietta's with Bayshore.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not ending.
Yeah.
And just the fact that we're so close to Deerfield, like I said, so many of our department come up here that it makes it that much bigger, that much better.
Yep. And then of course we can go back.
I'm not
to
taking
Harry
away the
Penny
fact that
Day.
it's a miracle that it happened. I'm just saying.
But again, we go back to it being Harry Penny Day, one of those special things.
Well,
that
that just puts the icing on the cake. I'm staring at him as he's on this banner here right now, and I think everybody understood the love I have for him in what I said yesterday.
Without a doubt.
I love that mother, and I'm telling you, there was something going on, Lenny. You saw it. When North Lenny runs 21.93, there was something going on.
I keep using the word synchronicity, and it just happened in a lot of different places today, in a lot of different ways. Because, again, it being Deerfield, it being this special day, the rain finally stopping and us getting the drill in, and it being a great drill.
And honestly, 3 big Redskins this year pass away. Ray Roberts, as I'm getting a lot of texts from RJ saying the same
RJ,
thing.
Yeah, RJ, man, give you a shout-out, buddy.
Philly Perino, Derek, Philly raced for the Bayshore Redskins. His son Derek raced for the Bayshore Redskins. And then my dad like a week and a half ago. So there were some eyes smiling down. I got chills, obviously, again.
But again, there was just so many things. The C truck issue, the B truck issue.
But you know what? And I said this during the week, and I don't want to talk about my dad and his passing, but those guys stood up, and what they did for my dad at the wake and the funeral, and had the B truck out there, and the procession after when we were going. I got chills again. I don't know if I get through this, but going to the church, and they had the empty boots out there in front of the B truck, because that's what mattered to our family. Yeah, he's a Hook and Ladder member. We love the Bayshore Fire Department. But it was the Bayshore Redskins,
Yeah.
And karma works like that. They had good karma. And honestly,
karma doesn't always work like that, but it's so nice to see it come together right now.
I'm telling you, and I had a great feeling from that point on about what was happening. I mean, they really stepped up, them boys, and
sure didn't
I told
start
them how
out
much
that
I
way
appreciated
today.
it.
They didn't start out
but
that
you
way
know what?
today.
22 out of the last, or whatever it was, 19 out of the last 25 is
very impressive.
Wholly impressive.
So yeah, there's a lot of happy faces down there right now, and the parade is slowly getting together and turning the corner. And let's face it, they want to enjoy every minute of it. I don't know if they're going to have the fire extinguishers shooting off like CI used to do, or whatever that.
I don't know who's.
You know what I hate about this, and let them have their time with it. But you end up shaking people's hands like 4 times before you come down the track. I mean, really? Either shake them at the top or shake them at the end.
Right. Yeah, no, you're right about that.
I'll kick him in his knee.
So we can hear the sirens.
Just a quick rundown. We mentioned before we had the Bayshore Redskins, no points in 3-man ladder, B ladder, or C ladder, 2 points in C hose, and then a 793 for first place in B hose. 911 takes first in efficiency. Second place is a 590 in motor pump with a pump they didn't even know was going to run or not. Unbelievable.
That was the most amazing.
And then lastly, 3 points with a 2192 in buckets to give them a total of 19 points here on Harry Penny Day at the Deerfield Fire Department's track. And we see the procession finally
appearing down by the hydrant, working their way through.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I got to try to stand up in this guardrail.
Oh yeah, I have this on camera, dude. So please.
Dude, that was like a 10 landing right there.
Yeah.
Lindenhurst.
The next landing might not be a 10.
Lindenhurst C truck next to the Bayshore B truck.
Yeah.
Lindenhurst and Bayshore bonded even more.
I don't know if it's got to be a little hard for Lindenhurst to see that, but
yeah, right.
This is by the way, this is the C truck we freaking hate. We don't want to use.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is in first place. That's all good.
Mole doing a heck of a job. We talked about it earlier. C-Ho's got truck out a little
But I'm sure they're happy for it.
Out.
They become good friends as well.
Again, the bond between St. James, 2 of our guys going over there, 2 coaches. They had a good day today. Chris Etzel lighting up the target a couple of times.
You know what? I will say, This could be the quickest time anybody's come down the track in a long time.
Yeah,
That is
we
true.
got him out. Yeah,
That's
we got
true.
him out.
Yeah, yeah.
West Sable right behind him, second place. Then you see Port Washington again. That's another whole story. We could have talked about them for an hour.
Paul,
I'll get an interview on them.
And we see the cup actually on top of the B truck.
Yeah, they came over and they grabbed it.
Who grabbed it?
Kyle's going to blow that beat truck up
Listen
now.
to me. Harry Penny's in the front seat of that beat truck, just so you know. I'm going to try to get away with him. And I think they've allowed him to have a beer, so
All right.
it could be interesting.
Even
I know
better.
I was dropping a couple F-bombs, but
let's sort out if Central Islip presented that cup, because I know that's a big moment, and I want to do that in front, at our trophy presentation area if we can pull that off.
what do you want to do?
I want CI to grab that cup and present it on camera to Bay Shore if possible.
What the one dedicated from CI?
No, the cup.
The regular. Oh, to hand it over.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have them bring it back over there. We can do that.
Okay.
All right. But I got to be able to get down. My dismount's a little worse than my.
Oh, I can hear the ACL
I made it.
separating right now.
So, folks, again,
All right, I'm going to get it over there.
Okay.
Chris Murphy and I still up on the platform, the announcers platform, and what a scene we're seeing. The track just filling up with people. A lot of love for the Redskins. Again, they're out. They're
Paul,
out here.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't know if they did it already or not, Paul. That's what I'm trying to find out. Did CI already present it or not? I don't know if they did. I'm up here.
Can you get me? No, they did. Bayshore just took it and put it on the truck.
Oh, real nice. Okay,
So,
well, they don't know. It's all right. They're new at this.
No, they're going to come over. Oh,
Yeah.
just listen to you.
So, again,
We better shut this down. I can only take so much.
we're seeing a great scene here.
Yeah,
Bayshore, who's out every year racing, has been doing
When's
it
it
for
not a
long
great
time.
scene when someone's winning it, right?
Yep. And someone who hasn't won it in a while. So.
Now they got to send people to the state dinner. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a pretty good turnout this year.
And let me tell you what, the comedy show just amped itself up for an extra hour just because I know a lot of crap.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of skeletons in that closet.
I might have to come.
We're going to do pictures and comedy, right, Stan?
And again, we talked on social media this week about the big three trophies that are the most coveted of the hardware that's given out tonight. One of them you see being pulled off the B truck right now is the cup. We're a little early on that presentation. Traditionally, that's been presented by the outgoing past winners leadership. Second would be the three-peat trophy, which replaced the cup that was retired a few years ago. That can only be retired and kept forever by another team who does a three-peat. And
There's
then,
the presentation you're looking for, I think, Chris.
well, who's carrying that thing right now? I'm trying to find out. We're going to get that over to the trophy presentation area if we can. And then lastly, we're going to hey, Paul, do me a favor. Take over on that with the cup. I don't know where they're going with it. Looks like Jerry's got it.
Is that Barnett?
And then lastly is the Wilbur Young. The Wilbur Young gets presented to the state champion.
You guys are still on there?
Yeah. Just make sure that that cup don't go too far here before we
All
start
right,
getting
is it okay if we do it out here and not where you wanted it?
I would.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Never going to get it all
Yeah,
here.
all right. Let me do a camera though, real quick. Hang on. And do we have anybody from Central Islip?
No, I think Central Islip's not here.
Did they go home? Back to the hotel?
Do you want me to try to find guys, or what do you want me to do? Can you hear me still?
Central Islip.
Can you hear
We
me?
need some representatives
I got
from
you,
Central
Paul, but he's
Islip.
making an
Foot of the
announcement.
arch, please. Oh, you're there. Okay, sorry.
Can you guys hear me up there
Hang
still
on.
or no?
Yeah, I got you, Paul. I got you.
Wait a minute.
I got you, Paul. So yeah, we're still broadcasting.
All right, so we're going to do it out here in the middle of the track.
Paul, what? It's all right. We do it there. It's fine. What?
All right, folks, as you can hear, there's a lot of organizing going on.
We also need
So we want
President Gary
we want some
Sham. Gary
proper
Sham to the
pictures,
foot of the arch, please.
for the presentation of the championship
Paul.
cup. I don't think Bayshore's in any rush. They're having a good time, getting congratulated by
Paul.
anyone and everyone. So they're really enjoying themselves. This track is just a wall-to-wall people from the arch all the way down to the hydrant. Again, the other big story is Port Washington finishing third. And you have Islip and North Lindenhurst rounding out the top five. Again, West Sable was second. So, again, Bayshore winning their first championship since 1992. They've had Frankie Sonnenberg move over there. Those of you that know the Termites, he's been with them a couple of years. Chris Coward and Chris Edsel, moving there from St. James. They've been there for a couple of years. Their dads are over there coaching. So this is a combination of quite a few different groups. And they've been close before, but haven't quite been able to put it all together in the big one. But that has all changed. They are the 2018 New York State champions, and they are enjoying it. So the amount of trophies already on the trucks, I don't know if you were listening earlier, they won some combo events, they won the B-Truck events. There's still a plethora of trophies over here that they're going to get. So Chris trying to set it up for an official presentation, some good pictures. A lot of hugging going on out there. Skippy Lyman working his butt off on this team. He's had some struggles up and down.
Hello. All right, everybody, we're down here with the New York State champions 2018 Bayshore Redskins. If they didn't believe it, we'll keep saying it all night long. We have a couple presentations. The first presentation is going to be from President of State Gary Shaw, past President Billy Miller. They're going to bring out the President's Trophy here to the winner, Captain Eric Lyman. Congratulations.
Paul's got such a soft voice.
Yeah, it's heavy duty there.
So there
It's
it is.
you and Hilo forever.
So there it is, the captain getting one of the official trophies.
All right, the next presentation we have is the cup that goes to the champion. This one's going to be presented by last year's state champion, the Central Islip Hobos. It's going to go over to this year's champion, the Bayshore Redskins. There's no way you can grab that by yourself.
Skippy
take one of the little kids. They're a little stronger.
As the captain of the cup, the official transfer from the Hobos.
There it is. Farewell, girl.
Don't
from
drop
the Hobos.
Yeah.
Treat her right.
Don't drop it.
Oh,
Was
boy.
that Matt?
Oh, boy.
All the guys want to
that's
get
pretty
a hand
heavy.
on it.
That's like legit mahogany right there. That's a heavy piece, man.
All right, put it back in the box.
I think Matt.
I'm over here with the state champion captain, Eric Lyman. I mean, we don't have to talk about what it means and what it feels like. You already won. So think about the emotions, not about just you, but all the guys that have put so much into it. And over the last couple weeks, what you guys have been through, the fact that Lineker stepped up and you guys were able to put it together, and how much important those 2 points were to you today. But just try to consolidate, if you can, your feelings right now about all of those situations.
Well, first off, I'm still in shock, so it really hasn't set in. I do, first and foremost, I want to thank Lindenhurst Fire Department, Snails, Chiefs, Commissioners. Holy crap. This team has gone through it hell and back, breaking everything you could think of, from the C-Truck to the B-Truck training to this to that, losing this, losing that. Man, oh, God, this is bad. We went through a lot. I wouldn't want to win it with anybody else but these boys. Mole comes back. We got our alumni kicking in. Our Chiefs supported us. Harry, let me tell you, that guy, holy crap. That guy, between dedicating the B-Truck, the tournament, having him up there with us, it meant that much more for us. Holy shit.
All right.
My first win.
Really? I think you put it into words, but I got one more person to talk about right over here. This is Brian Butler Mole.
Pretty popular guy.
Know him, also known as Mao. and you guys won the Billy Bryson Trophy, so there you go. He's famous for calling you Mao. I don't know why, but there it is. I said this before to him personally, but the one guy I'm happiest for, because he missed out by a sliver of time winning the last one, is this guy, Brian Butler. And I'm so happy for this guy. I don't know if you can put it into words what you're feeling. I know with your dad, what it meant to your dad and the juniors and the whole thing, and my dad right now, and Ray Roberts and Philly Perino, but there's a whole bunch of stuff we have to be thinking about it that's probably a little too much. But can you put into words how you're feeling?
No, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm truly honored for them to even just ask me back here, because God, it would have sucked like '92 if I was sitting up there watching this. But like, you nailed it. My father, your father, Ray Roberts, Philly Perino, the guys, Harry Penny, Jesus Christmas, guys, it's amazing. These guys are amazing. We didn't give up. Your brother told me before, the first team to win a state tournament since '74 wins Oyster Bay, not scoring out of ladders. Lindenhurst Fire Department for getting that truck, 2 points. That was huge for us. From there, these guys did what they did. They practiced hard, they busted their ass, and they came out here. And I gotta be honest, it's nice to say that we got 10 New York State champs.
All right, fellas. I think, are we going back up to you guys, I think? I just want to remind you guys, you got a big parade tomorrow. Keep it down tonight.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to close
Big
this
parade
up, Chris.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
you
that'll
gotta
do
be
it.
there early. You're front and first in that
Fred
parade.
a chance to put the stuff
All right,
away.
back to you guys.
All right, good job, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. And
so, final words, Chris.
we're saying apparently we're saying a prayer. I don't know what's going on there, but
oh, looks like
I think they broke the CI trophy. No, I'm just joking.
not surprised.
They're bonding. You know what? They do that after every practice. They have a little.
It was your brother, I think, was doing a prayer, or drinking or licking the cup or something. I don't know what he was doing.
I don't know what that would be, but so on behalf of what has become the New York State Drill Team's media committee, I'll take the opportunity to sign us off if that's okay.
Sure,
Glenn.
go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody that was involved today. I thought it was great. You watch these great drills. You know, Fred Bensabang, I don't know if you're going to name everybody. I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
But they do a phenomenal job, and everybody helping out up there. The announcers were great today. Fred isn't drinking, is he?
Yeah.
Fred is having a drink right now.
Was he going dancing tonight?
Yeah,
What's going
ballroom
on?
dancing, baby.
All right, so I want to thank everybody. I want to get out here and have a couple of sodas myself, but nice job, everybody involved. It worked out real good.
Yeah, go ahead, Len.
No, I just, I mean, we were entertained by a great show today on the track. Thank you to the whole committee. Chris, I know you do a lot of legwork. Fred does a lot of legwork as well, but we had some fun today. Again, we're highly entertained. We don't get paid for this, most of us, so we do it out of the love of the sport. And we got to see a great show, and I hope all the fans enjoyed it.
Yeah, I echo those sentiments, and I'm proud to see a bunch of guys I've known for a really long time win this thing, and in what just has to be the most storybook finish that I could come up with, man. This is a special one, and I hope these guys enjoy it.
Yeah, they didn't fall into it; they earned it.
No, you ain't kidding. But and I hope you guys enjoyed it at home too. It takes a lot of work. You know, we had some struggle on the internet side of this, but
that happens.
But we hope you guys enjoyed our production here, and we hope that the Bayshore Redskins enjoy every minute of what, for a lot of these guys, is the first state championship of their careers. So congratulations, Bayshore, all the top 5. Thanks, Lenny. Thanks, Fred. Thanks, Paul. Thanks to the Deerfield Fire Department. And we're going to call it a day right there. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And
tune in on, I guess, Labor Day weekend, right?
Actually, we're gonna do a little thing from the town of Islip, and then after that, we'll see if the 2 drills at Labor Day. And everybody get home safe tonight,
Stay
please.
well. Enjoy.
All right. Thank you, everybody, folks.